Alright guys, welcome to the Aircrack Wi-Fi cracking tutorial. Now this is going to follow... God damn it. This is going to follow this guide that I made, right? It's not going to be super step-by-step. Obviously everything changes every now and then. But generally you can follow these steps and keep up with the video as I go along. So let's go ahead and get a terminal running. Not that one though. Let's make a new window. And get another one as well. Alright, so first you gotta start with an IF config. Now a bit of a warning here as well before you get really into it. Now here you can see my wireless I guess connections. My wireless interfaces, as they were called. But here you have WLAN 0. That's the one that's built into your computer. It might be like physical 0 or something like that. But that one's usually trash, right? It's just straight up not gonna work for the things that we're trying to do right now. I definitely recommend going, and getting yourself a actual thing. Let's see if I have it in my history. I don't have it. All right. Something like there it is. Something like an alpha router, right? The one that I'm going to be using for this video right now is going to be a fairly cheap one. This one right here. Now you can get this one. That's a little bit better, but looks ugly as sin. Or you can get the cool looking one. That's slightly more expensive and smaller and won't make you look like a creep. Yeah. So this is the one that I'm going to be using right here for the demonstrations, but again, like I said, usually the ones that are built into your laptops are garbage and they won't be able to do what we're about to do. So first things first is I'm going to get this my USB adapter, the alpha one that I just told you about, up and running and monitoring. So I can do that with the command airmon, right, ng. I say start, and I want to start WLAN 1. So WLAN 1. It's gonna take it a while. And then here you can see some of the stuff that it got around. I'm not gonna say kill per se, but it got around that. And now if I do another IF config, right, now you can see the name of my device changed to, it just added a mon at the end, right, to signify that it's now monitoring. Now, once that happens, we can go ahead and go into arrow dump, and we can start finding a target. Now, if you're just finding any target and you don't have any specific place that you're looking for, you can just say arrow dump WLAN 1 mon, right? And again, this part is going to change depending on what interface you're using. I put that one on monitor mode. You could put your first one on monitor mode if you really wanted to, and it'll work. But anyways, let's keep going. Alright, now let's go ahead and expand that. Now I'm looking for a very specific one right over here. That's the one that I want. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the program running, and this is the one that I want, right? This is the one that I'm gonna try and attack. So I'm gonna grab that BSSID. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna go ahead and copy it. And now I'm going to focus arrow dump on that. So I'm going to go and grab arrow dump again. And I say -- BSSID. And then paste that in. And now I also want to give it the channel. In this case it's channel 11. So if you look at this again, right, channel 11. Make sure that you separate. And I'm going to go ahead and run that. Now, over here is your AP, and you can see it repeats down there as well. And these here, those are going to be the people who are connected. Now you don't want to kick people off who haven't given you permission and all that kind of stuff, so make sure that you're nice, that you play nice with the other kids in the Wi-Fi playgrounds. But now we want to find someone who is going to be a willing victim. Now here the power, right here, well, I guess I should explain some stuff with this, right? The power usually indicates how close this person is to you, I guess. Right. That's basically it. You know, you can make a hide and seek game out of this if you really wanted to. There's some programs out there that do that. So it's basically like a proximity sensor, but it also is a connection strength sensor. Another thing is you see these frames here. That basically is, you know, how active they are, right? So if someone doesn't take any frames in a long time, you know, you might not want to target them because you know it's going to be useless, right? You're not going to get the four-way handshake out of them because they're not interacting with the internet. So over here, you know, it's okay. But this one's moving a lot, right? So this might be the person who I'm going to want to attack. So I'm going to go ahead and Control-C that, right? Now I'm actually going to start... let's go ahead and minimize this a little bit, just a little bit. So I want this information, but you saw how it was active. It was interrupting my copy-paste. That's not good. So we're going to make another one. File, open new terminal. Make sure it's nice and expanded again. And we want to run that last program. Last thing. And what was that? Arrow dump. ng dash C11 dash BSSI. No, double dash BSSID. Oh no. That's disgusting. What did I do? I pasted the wrong thing. Let's clear that off. And let's try to arrow dump ng channel 11 dash BSSID, and don't forget the double dash. Alright, let's grab this one right here. I'm gonna copy paste that. Now you can also focus arrow dump on a specific station as well, but we're not gonna do that. We don't really need to. And then WLAN 1 mon. Alright, so I want to leave this running. Oh shoot, I forgot something. Ooh, stop that. Alright, I forgot to add, hey, when you capture the four-way handshake, save that. So I'm gonna make sure dash W for write, and then I'm just gonna call my files cap. But first I want to move to a directory on my terminal where it saves it, because it automatically saves it to this directory that you're on the terminal. So I don't want to save it to root, right? So let's do an ls cd desktop ls. And I have a folder already. It's called caps. I'm not gonna use it though. I'm gonna remove it and just show you guys how you can make your own directory real quick. Oh man. Alright, well let's just make another directory. Make dir, right? Make a directory. Caps 2. I want to save caps, I guess, for more files for you guys to play with, because I was doing something on that earlier. But you know, caps 2 now should exist there now. Yep. Let's go move into caps 2. Oh, CD. Alright, so now we're in caps 2. Now we can actually go ahead and do the arrow dump, right? And we're gonna make sure to write to it, and I'm just gonna call it caps, right? My capture files. And now we can start that. Alright, cool. So here, you know, it looks exactly the same, but we're gonna leave this screen active. And over here is going to be a very special place where we're going to capture our handshake. It's going to tell us once we've captured it. Now we're going to do the bad stuff, right? So over here now we're going to de-authenticate, or you know, kick someone off the network in order for them, so when they reconnect, recapture that four-way handshake. So we're going to do that with airplay ng. Now we're going to do a -0 attack. So -0 is the authentication attack. There are more attacks if you look at the manual. Then, you know, I want to send out the attack 10 times, right? That's how many times we're going to do it, just because. Now I have to specify a client, and I have to specify a BSSID. Now I'm just going to do -B for the... Oh wait, no. A, right? -A for access point. I always forget. They don't, the Aircrack tools don't stay consistent. I'm gonna grab this one. Now you see why I saved it, right? Because if I try to grab it on this one, you know, it bugs out sometimes. So I'm gonna paste that in. Now I want the client, so -C, so -C, right? And the other ones, it was the channel. Now in this one, in AirPlay, it's the client. So in here, I'm gonna grab, you know, this person is pretty active, right? DC, second one. I'm gonna grab him or her. Not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure it's a phone in my house somewhere. So I specify that, and now I have to specify the interface. Now again, WLAN 1 mon, and this is where your interface might fail, right? Until you get a better interface. So I'm gonna run that, and hopefully we'll capture something. Now usually, you know, it sends out the attacks and then it takes it a while to find it. If it doesn't find it, oh, there we go. If it doesn't find it, just send out the attack again, right? Just go scroll up and attack it again. Now obviously you don't want to do this too much because, you know, logs and stuff, right? But over here we captured it. We can see we captured that handshake. So we can stop it now. And now if we do an ls on this directory, we can see that we have 4 capture files. Now, you know, this isn't the best way to do it, and I keep saying that for a reason, because sometimes it'll tell you, hey, I got the handshake, my dude, but it doesn't, and you won't really know. A good thing to, you know, double check with would be to have a Wireshark running at the same time, and making sure that those packets are being caught. But this is a simple guide, so let's keep going. So we have the capture files. Now we want to do a crack, right? We want to crack those passwords. So we can get rid of this stuff now. Ah, crap, I needed one of those. Nah, we'll be fine. So I'm going to need this here. I'm going to copy that real quick. Right, so for the next one, we need Aircrack-ng, and it's going to be the cracking software, basically. Now we have to specify a word list. We don't have a word list, though. So let's make a word list real quick. Now you can download these off, you know, the web, right? Rocky.txt, Google 1000, whatever you need. You can even make some yourself. In this case, we're gonna make one ourselves. So I'm gonna open Nano real quick. Nano word list dot list. Now they can be .list or they can be .txt. It doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and open that. And let's say we had password. Password, you know, they're being a little bit more secure. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? Now that's a special number right there, right? For WPA2, you have to know that the minimum is 8 characters, right? So if you get a word list and a lot of those passwords are like 4 characters, right? It's not going to be very useful to you. So make sure you have at least, you know, a minimum of 8. And then in this case, I know the password of this AP, it's mainline, and I'm gonna write that out real quick. Enter, exit, and now if I do an ls, we can see that the word list is right there, and that's the word list I'm gonna want to use. Now let's clear the screen. All right, so now back to Aircrack-ng. We gotta specify a word list, so the -w command specifies the word list. In this case, you know, just word list. It's on the same directory, right? I think Kali Linux comes with some other word list because it has hashcat and all that kind of stuff in it. So you can probably just find it and just, you know, do a directory kind of stuff with forward slashes and all that kind of good stuff. But in this case, I don't have to do that since I'm already there. Now I also have to specify the AP, right? The thing that I was attacking. And now hopefully it's still on my thing. Yeah, there it is. So that's the BSS ID of the AP that I got the handshake from. And then I have to specify the capture files. Now in this case, I'm just going to use a wildcard, right? So it's like whatever file name it is, just grab it, dude. And then cap. And then if I run that real quick, you can see that it found the password real quick. Now this only happened because I already knew the password and because the word list was very small, right? But that's basically it, right? You know, this is a super simple, straightforward guide. Once you start, you know, mastering this a little bit more, maybe we'll make, you know, a more in-depth, you know, how to get statistical hashes, IVs, you know, chop attacks and all that kind of good stuff. Or, you know, we'll move on to like Hashcat or something like that. But for now, that's it.